Hello, YouTube. Why is it that the playing of professional pianists sounds so much more captivating and enthralling than that of amateur pianists? Maybe you've worked on a piece at some point and you've listened to a recording afterwards and thought, why does the professional sound so much better? After all, we're playing the exact same notes. Well, in this video, I'm going to let you in on 4 tricks that you can use to vastly improve your playing and make you sound much more professional. And believe it or not, these tricks are not that hard to implement. Each one of them by itself is very powerful, but if you put all 4 of them together, you'll be amazed at how much this is going to revolutionize your playing. And I'm going to give you some examples so you can hear right in this video just how much of a difference it makes. So let's dive right in. We're going to start with tip number 1. One enormous difference between beginners or amateurs and professional pianists is that the professional pianists automatically balance the hands in a way that favors the hand with the melody, usually the right hand. Now let's listen to what an enormous difference this makes. So let's take a piece by Mozart. A lot of times you'll hear an amateur pianist sound something like this. And you'll hear the professional doing something like this. Now, I played the exact same notes both times. I think you'll agree with me that in the second example, it's radically better. It's so much more captivating. The melody really speaks to us. And I did that all simply by working on changing the balance from something that's even between the two hands to a balance that favors the right hand. So that's a wonderful technique that you can use. Going on to the next tip, this is very similar. It has to do with developing a really singing sound and a singing melody. Now, this goes beyond the first tip because it doesn't mean just the right hand. It means the individual note that has the melody. So let's take an example. Here's a piece by Beethoven. If I play like an amateur, you might hear something like this. Now I'm going to change that so that I'm bringing out the one note in the right hand that's the melody. This melody on the top. And when I put that together, it's going to sound like this. So this goes beyond just emphasizing the right hand instead of the left hand. I'm really thinking about the connections between the notes in the melody and really emphasizing that one note on the top. Don't take my word for it. Let's listen to a little clip of another famous pianist doing exactly this. So as you noticed, that melody on the top is just really singing. It's so beautiful and it just comes out and really grabs our attention. That's something that every professional pianist does automatically. On to tip number 3. This is one that you don't hear talked about very much on YouTube, but it's enormously important. It's how you use the pedal. Beginning amateur pianists tend to use way too much pedal and blur everything together, using the pedal almost like a band-aid to cover up bad fingerings or sloppy technique. And so you'll hear pieces played like this. Instead of something more like this. So that makes a big difference, and that's one of the reasons why in my online academy, petersonpianoacademy.com, you'll actually see the pedal and how I use it in every single piece that uses pedal. This can revolutionize your playing, and as far as I know, there's nobody else that even really talks about it, and certainly doesn't show it in the videos. So that's something that I would encourage you to work on, the cleanliness of the pedal. Now, going on to the last tip. Professional pianists spend an enormous amount of time developing evenness on the piano, really working on being sure that all the notes that are supposed to have the same length have exactly the same length. The difference is quite stunning. Let's take a piece of Bach. A lot of times you'll hear beginners, amateur pianists sound like this. It's sloppy, the notes aren't exactly together. Let's compare that to a more professional rendition of this piece. So the evenness of the notes can make an enormous difference, and I've actually made a video on this very topic showing you some of the techniques that I use to improve evenness on the piano. So if you put these four things together, you'll find that you'll have a sound which is much more captivating, much more enthralling, that really just brings in the listener and holds our attention for the entire length of the piece that you're playing. I hope that this video has been helpful to you. If you like, please subscribe and leave your comments in the comment section. I'll see you again soon.